Right guys, bit of an update on what's going on. A lap and a half ago I had a big crash. I lost the GoPro. Cheers, mate. Well done, mate. Well done. All right. Toby mentioned you yesterday. Have you got any words for Toby?
I don't know where this is going, but Toby's a
Let's get to briefing, mate. Let's go. Hi guys, welcome back. There's just a few clips from the Dawn to Dusk event, which was about 10 days ago now. Really good event, really enjoyed it. But this is the aftermath of the reality of riding dirt bikes, shall I say. Just knocking things over behind me there. But yeah, this is the reality of riding dirt bikes. When you've been in an event where your bike gets so much dirt on it, covered in dirt, you've got to make a decision on how far you go with the cleaning. And this is me. This is how far I go. It's all right jet washing your bike, but jet washing, not only does it clean, but it also pushes dirt into places what you can't see. So you know, periodically you need to get into those areas and get them cleaned. And when you're doing that, you find things that might be worn, might need replacing, etc. Like this occasion, I've just found, just while I've got the bike stripped down, I've just found that the headstock bearings are a little bit rough on this. So we're going to take that apart and have a look at that. There's no rush for me to get this bike back together. I've got plenty of time, and I'm having a little bit of time out as well at the moment because I've got other things on before I go to Sea to Sky in October. But Dawn to Dusk, we'll start talking about the event shortly, but the bike performed great. You know, we did have a few issues on or during the event with crash damage problems, bent handlebars, and in the first crash that I had, we damaged a wire. I think it must have tugged when it went down, and the triple clamps were twisted, and the shock of it has broken a wire in this part of the loom. I think it was, yeah, this part of the loom. I'll talk about that in a bit. But we got that repaired on the night, and we got back up and running fairly quickly, to be honest. But other than the cleaning, the servicing, in terms of the bike holding up, it did really well. We broke a foot peg as well, or we crushed a foot peg. The only sort of things to do really are clean, build it back up, do an oil change. I've changed the foot peg already. I've already changed my front sprocket as well, because I've just put a 13 front sprocket on to increase the gearing for some trail riding. And just obviously do the repairs on the permanent repair on the wire that broke as well, because that was a temporary repair on the event. But yeah, overall the bike has done really well. I've just been greasing the swinging arm, done the linkage, I've done the pivot points, greased those back up, cleaned them out. We're just slowly going to start building it back up and just sorting out those crash damage repairs and making them more permanent. We're going to get another pair of handlebars ordered as well. Now there's one thing I've got to mention, and that is the seat that I used. If you remember the video what I did prior to going to the event, I had a new seat, a custom seat made by Caulfield Leathers, and basically it's the standard GPX seat base, just reupholstered with making it a little bit, well, it's narrow at the front but a little bit wider as it goes to the back. It's got a gel padding and it was so comfortable. You know what it's like when you've been on a bike, an enduro bike with a standard seat for about 8 hours, you start getting a sore backside. Being on this over a 24-hour period, didn't have any of that at all. Yeah, I took some precautions as well. I used some chamois cream, some anti-chafe cream, what cyclists use, and had my kicks on as well. But the seat was really comfy. Because it's really wide at the back, it just gives you that extra support that you need. Some of the other guys that I know were really sore in their private areas at the end of the event. I didn't suffer from that. I suffered last year, but this year I didn't suffer at all. So well worth the investment. And it's cleaned up really well, considering it was absolutely caked in dirt. And if you remember, I'm going to send it back and get the logo changed now before I start using it again. But overall, really happy with the GPX, how it did at Dawn to Dusk in the 24-hour event. Like I said before, it's not the bike that's going to set world records, but it's a reliable bike. It's got longevity built into it, with the engine, etc. And we're going to be doing a lot more hours on it, particularly over the winter months. But going back to the start of the video, you saw the amount of dirt what was on the bike. It took a lot of cleaning. Going around the course at Walters Arena, I think there was 3 puddles at the most what caused all that dirt, and they were like slurry. You go through, the bike would dry, then you go through again, you get another layer of mud on, it'd dry, then you get another layer of mud on every lap you went round. So it just kept building up and building up and building up. But with all that mud on, particularly in the radiators, it never overheated. I've got the radiator nets on to try and keep a lot of the mud out and keep the radiators clean, but they still got fairly clogged up. Because one of the wet areas was quite a deep, muddy puddle, so that was getting through the nets and filling the vents or the louvers of the radiators, preventing airflow. But the fan was working, the fan was kicking on and off, and the bike never overheated, and it just kept running. So yeah, fantastic. It just shows how durable these engines are, and it got a lot of abuse. The clutch got a lot of abuse. We're still on the original clutch. The bike's now got 150 hours on it. So yeah, so enough of that for the moment. Let's start talking about the event. Where do I start? Well, I've got a bit of GoPro footage to show you. You will have already seen the GoPro lap that I put out a few days ago. But just really want to sort of talk you through the event, really. You're probably all aware that I did Romaniacs in the bronze class this year and completed that event with no real problems at all. And can I just say thank you for all the support I've had. A lot of questions about the Romaniacs event, and a lot of complimentary comments I've had as well from you guys on YouTube and through Facebook as well. So thanks for that. It's really appreciated. That was the main goal this year, was Red Bull Romaniacs, and we did it. And that gave me the stepping stone, to go on to do Dawn to Dusk 24 hour. Now I've got to say, after Romaniacs, I wasn't well for a good couple of weeks. Getting up, come back with COVID, getting over that, I rode the GPX once before dawn to dusk. That's it. That's the only time I rode a bike. The only other sort of exercise I was doing after I got over the COVID was back on the rowing machine. I've got a rowing machine in the garage here, so I use that as often as I can. Generally once a day or every other day, depending on what I'm doing. That's all I did from a fitness point of view. So I've got to say that I did feel really well when I went to Wales, and I was really looking forward to the event. I knew it was going to be hard. It wasn't going to be easy. Looking at the forecast, it was going to be dusty as well, and it was dusty last year, which it does cause problems, particularly at night. It's like it's like when you're driving into snow when you've got the full beam on. When you're riding in dust at night, it's the same sort of effect, and it's very difficult to see where you're going at times. So I knew the race would be hard from that perspective. From a fitness point of view, I thought I would be okay. So I travelled down to Wales on the Friday in convoy with Toby and Dom. Now Toby was a bit of a pit bitch, shall we say. He was helping out in the paddock for us, making cups of tea, refueling, doing all sorts of stuff. Dom was in a 2-man 24-hour team event, and he was going to be riding with Kurt. Now Kurt was arriving on the Saturday morning with his dad Richard with the caravan. So I'm just going to cut in now with some GoPro that I took on the Friday night, and as the footage goes on I will also introduce you to some of the other guys that were racing this year as well. So let's take it away. Hi guys, welcome back. We've finally made it to Wales for the 2022 20th anniversary of the Dawn to Dusk event. I'm taking part in the 24-hour solo event, which is starting at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and we'll finish 7 o'clock the following night, so it's going to be a long night. I'm just in the camping area at the moment. I'll just pan round, you have a look. It's our Team Yorkshire base with the flag above it. I'm just going to introduce you to Dom and Toby, and we've got, well, Dom's taking part in the 24-hour 2-man team event. Toby's is going to be a bit of a pit bitch, and tomorrow morning we've got Kurt and his dad, I believe, coming with a caravan. They're going to be joining us. So Kurt is Dom's teammate, and we've also got some other mates riding this weekend. So I'll go and introduce you to Dom and Toby now, and we'll get ready for tomorrow's event. Doing, guys?
Alright, mate.
Alright.
Doing very good, thank you.
Dom, Toby. Start with Toby. You're going to be the pit bitch this weekend, Toby, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, making loads of tea, finger blasting whenever needed. Yeah, that's my role.
On the night shift?
Well, I've got the KY ready, guys. So you just tell me when you need it.
Yeah, sure you'll look after us. And Dom,
how do?
Sit on this. Quite a decent little chair, this, isn't it?
It's alright, isn't it? Little cosy, romantic.
Yeah. First time at Dawn to Dusk.
First time, mate. Yeah.
2-man 24-hour team.
Excited. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit nervous, I have to say. Ridden through the dark a little bit, but it's been up for 24 hours, isn't it? I mean, you try and get half an hour kip here and there, but we'll just see. It'll be fine.
What training, if any, have you been doing since your last event? Well, the last time I saw you, have you been doing much?
When was the last event?
Staunton, I think, weren't it?
Oh, a while ago. So this year I've done a few races, maybe 3 or 4 races, plenty of running, PT, with a guy called Craig. He's helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
Eating, just bike time at work, a lot of bike time at work, and yeah. So
you ready to go?
I'm as prepared as I'm going to be.
Now tell me about your partner Kurt, who's riding.
Who?
Kurt.
Who?
Yeah, well, you might say who, yeah.
Yeah, Kurt, he's not here yet. He's going to rock up tomorrow at some point. He's ridden loads. He rode here last year. He rode on a 3-man team last year. So
yeah, it was with Heskey and I forget the other chap's name. Yeah, there were 3 with Heskey, Kurt and another guy, I forget his name now.
Other chap, yeah. So it'll be a little bit different for him, I guess, doing 2-man, and being my first time. 12 hours, it will be good. Unlike you, 24-hour trooper.
Yeah. Well, I've signed on them now. I'm riding number 45. tomorrow. You've got to wait for Kurt to sign on.
I've got my number. It's race number 93. But yeah, I've got to wait till Kurt gets here to sign on tomorrow. But everything's prepped. All my kit's prepped.
Got some nice pizza and microwave up there. Toby, what have you got to say about Kurt?
He's a
Say that.
Oh no, sorry, it's recording. He's a really nice guy. Really reliable.
Yeah,
really
that Kurt.
reliable, nice
We'll bleep that out for you. All right. We'll see you when you get here. All right, guys. That's it for the moment. We're going to be back in the morning. I've signed on. Dom's got to sign on tomorrow morning, and we'll see what's going on. See you soon. Yeah, so we're just getting the... So we've got screw and earring done. Didn't get it on GoPro unfortunately because the helmet cam, it must have discharged overnight. It must have been recording overnight in the bag. So that's on charge now for later on. So screw and earring's done. Me and the guys are just going to have a walk around the pit area now and to see what's going on. See if we can find some of the other guys that I know that are riding this weekend. So we're just out having a walk about with Toby and Dom, and you know, Toby's got the shirt off. What a poser!
Yo. I don't want to embarrass him by taking mine off.
Wow! I've fucking seen it all.
I feel like I got fucking piles.
Oh, they've got padding in it.
Yeah, it's cycling.
Hey, Powell.
Hi, you
How
alright?
you doing, man?
Almost done everything, you know.
Already?
Well, yeah.
24-hour solo.
Well,
First time solo.
first time solo, yeah, 24 hours. Now we'll see, you know, you just, you know, survive, to be honest.
Yeah.
Survive, and most important, you know, fun.
I say have some fun. That's
Yeah,
the main thing.
fun, yeah.
But you were here back in December with me,
Yep.
and you won the night race.
Yes. yes.
That was a wet. That was a wet.
That was
event.
completely wet, yeah. But that was the I tracked that like at practice before down to dusk, because I know I've got the Ackerbees the headlights,
Yeah.
and it's not really good when it's raining. So
Okay.
that's why this year I've got support, you know.
The top one, yeah.
Top
The
one.
light on the top of the bike, yeah.
Look rubbish, but still gonna do the job probably.
Cool. Yeah, the bike's looking well.
Well, yeah, I spent like 1,500 for the service or everything, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to be disappointing like last year, when after morning lap, after 1 hour, bike just stopped.
Whatever reason.
And take me 2 hours to figure out what's going on, and I start again, you know. But still, I lose 2 hours. Oh.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you,
All
and
right.
you,
Catch
mate.
later
Thank
on.
you.
Okay, man. Okay. Okay, just with James Brown now from GPX Motor UK. Let's go have a chat with him. James, we've had a chat earlier.
Yeah,
a little bit of a vlog.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to this weekend. I know you've got Danny as a sponsored rider.
Yeah. This is just Danny. I didn't even think about getting a bike, a GPX bike, into the Dawn Till Dusk. It hadn't crossed my mind, but Danny contacted me. I was aware of his story about his wife having recently died, and you know, that had a particular sort of resonance with me due to things that have happened in my life as well. and I immediately just jumped at the chance. Immediately, didn't even give it a second thought to help Danny out and get him a ride on this bike and provide him with as much support as we can do for him to do the 24-hour solo on the bike. So yeah, so we're here to support Danny, and Cam here. He's here also to help, and Chris Garland, someone else turning up in a minute with a caravan as well. Just in case some of us want a kip, but not you, Danny, unfortunately. So yeah, we're all prepped up, and we're all here for Danny to help him, to support him to the end and do what we can.
Danny, I know we spoke on Messenger a few times.
Yeah.
And you've not done that much prep really.
No, not much. Now I've been busy with the kids and what have you. And stuff. Yeah, it's been a mad few months. Yeah, so it's not much prep, to be honest. But
what do you think of the bike?
Bike's amazing. Yeah, it's really nice. It's good looking bike. It's all ready to go. Yeah, can't really get on it now. Yeah.
From an enduro point of view, what have you done in the past?
Yeah, all sorts, like extremes, and it's that hare and hounds, what have you. But everything. Yeah, try to mix it up a bit. Okay, yeah, it's not for a few months, so I'm a bit out of shape, but I'm sure I'll manage. Come back pretty quickly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good luck this weekend.
I thank you.
I'll be riding alongside you.
Yes, I hope.
You're an expert and I'm first class.
Yeah.
So,
should be good. Yes, I.
Cool.
Look forward to seeing you out there.
Cheers, Danny.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right, guys. Thanks very much.
Cheers, Rob.
Catch you in a bit. So that is James Brown from GPX Moto UK and Danny Coburn. Yeah, Danny Coburn is doing it in memory to his wife, who passed away fairly recently. And good luck to Danny this weekend. Now, I'm just with some guys here that I've known for quite some time now. They're a right rabble, a right bunch of reprobates. And we're going to speak to Heskey first. Heskey, nice to see you.
Oh, much Chevy!
Right.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, you were at Dawn to Dust last year.
Yeah, the TM made it last year,
You're
FYI.
not going to be having any ground anchor issues this year.
No, she should be running sweet.
Cool.
Be ripping it up. Absolute filth box, mate.
Yeah. Now, last year you were riding with Kurt.
I was riding with Kurt and
the guys from MotoFit, wasn't it? Or?
Yeah, MotoFit. We were team not so fit, and we came 9th in our class and 13th overall.
Yeah.
So I'm with arguably some better riders.
Are you with Andy and Nico?
With Andy and Nico this year, so we're there to try and get on the podium, man. That's what I want. If I can achieve that, I'll be very, very happy. But my chain came off last year about 2 AM in the morning, and that fucked us basically. So I had to do 3 laps of the main lap to make up for it with the boys, because everyone was just excuse my language. But yeah, buzzing, mate. Can't believe I'm back.
I was just laughing at Andy when you all came in, because you and Nick have got nice vans and he's got the shed.
Well, he did have one of these, but he sold it to get a house. So, you know.
That's it. That's life.
Yeah, that's life, right?
Right, good luck this weekend, mate. Cheers. I was just speak with Andy now. Come back to you in a minute, Nick.
Hi there, Robbo.
Andy.
Yo.
Nice to see you, mate.
How's it going, right?
Yeah, we had a good time in Romania, didn't we?
Amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, amazing times there.
Really good.
And where did you finish overall at Romania in bronze class?
114th. So,
Yeah.
I was well happy with that. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously the goal was just to finish, so to get a result like that, I was
Yeah.
pretty chuffed with that. So.
And you're back on the gas this weekend. You're doing the 3-man
Yep.
team with Heskey and Nick.
Yeah, 24 hours. Yeah, I've not ridden since Romania. I literally washed the bike off last week. Went, yeah, that's cool. Go again. So, yeah, that'd be good.
I've got some spares for you, by the way.
Yes, I'll come grab those in a minute. Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, I'll let you get sorted out.
Yeah, nice one.
talk-
Cheers,
nice
bye-bye.
to see you, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
And we're just with
Hi there, Robbo. How you
Nico
doing, mate? You right?
Codgerino.
Okay.
Yo, my man.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Been
You
a
too,
while.
mate, yeah, it has been a while. Too long.
Yeah, too long. Yeah.
We've had some good riding together, haven't we, in the past?
We have,
Down
yeah.
Quarry and places, and Werndoon, places like that.
Too much working, not enough riding.
That's
what it is.
Makes Jack a dull
The wrong-
boy,
exactly
doesn't it?
right. Yeah.
But back on the 2019 KTM TPI this weekend.
She's still good. Yeah. Happy with it. Just a quick filter change, and she's good to go. Yeah.
What's your strategy this week?
Not fall off, and try not to inhale so much dust. I reckon.
Are you looking at 2-hour turnarounds?
Yeah. About 1.5 hour through the night, I think. Stay fresh.
Yeah.
Anything longer than 2 hours, 3 hours, I think we'll just get knackered and won't perform. I reckon. But,
Very good.
Happy days,
nice
mate.
to see you, mate. Anyway, yeah.
And you.
All right, good luck this weekend, guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Proper bike, this. Proper bike.
So that's Nico Codgerino, Nick Gifford, Heskey and Andy Bowles. Good set of lads. and I'm just going to go back to the tent now. We've got, I think, well, it's 3:15 now. We've got a briefing at 5 o'clock, so there's not a lot doing at the moment. I'm going to recording now, yeah, silver live. All right, guys, we're just on our way to the briefing. I'm just with Kurt now, Kurt Tansley, and Kurt was here last year doing the 24-hour event. You were a three-man team.
Three-man team, yeah. Me, Heskey, Rob Lambert. Not this year though, two-man team this year.
And what do you think about the event last year?
Brilliant. Odd, never rode at night, never rode for that long, but what an event. Right good laugh. And there's a beer tent, so what else the reason is there to do it?
A beer tent for the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you've been to Erzberg this year.
Yeah.
Tell us about Erzberg.
Wild. No, good road trip. Did the rocket ride. Didn't qualify for that, but a good experience. And then got very close to qualifying, 582nd. Didn't have big enough spuds, but I blame it on being the 1004th runner. But what an event! A lot of bikes go do it.
Yeah, and you've been there twice, haven't you?
Yeah, I went 2020. Didn't qualify then, but
no,
just go for the beer tent and a good road trip.
And the table surfing.
And the table surfing. Yeah, I was good at that. I was fast at that, but just nothing else.
And your costume for the riders, Superman.
Yeah, I was Superman in see-through pants. So if you have a Google, I'm sure you'll find it. But it wasn't pretty. I wouldn't advise it, but it got a lot of attention.
Yeah. Now, what's your strategy for this weekend's event?
Just riding. Just keep going. Don't stop.
Have you got like going out for 2 hours a piece or what?
Something like that. We're going to work out lap time. So if 3 laps is closer to 2 hours, we'll do 3 laps each.
Yeah.
And then I'll finish the 3rd lap and so on. But just keep riding, because if you don't, you lose too much time, don't you? And then we're not winning it.
Yeah. Toby mentioned you yesterday. Have you got any words for Toby?
I don't know where this is going, but Toby's a
Let's get to briefing, mate. Let's go.
Be on that start line. Okay, so hopefully you've been here long enough to see what the terrain and the weather's like out there. So you've been seeing the practice guys out there, and it's extremely dusty. Like most years, the practice and the kids have been on the...
So that's a bit of a run up to the race start. Now we're going to go to me and Danny being on the start line. And now we're on the front row. The marathon solo 24 were on the first row, and that included vets and experts mixed together. I'm going to show you some highlights from lap 1, and as you can see, it's very dusty. I'll then go on to what happened in the next couple of laps.
10 seconds!
really just, as you can see, visibility was reduced at the start. Taking it easy. No rush. I'm not going to win this race in the first sort of hour. Try this bottom line too, it's like So lap 1 went pretty good. Lap 2 were pretty good, all towards the last half mile of lap 2. Now as you're coming in to the towards a timing point, there's a stretch where you can peel off into the pits, and then beyond that it's like a whoop section with quite wet in places, and then you then go on to the lap scoring. And as I was going into the whoop section before the lap scoring area, this is what happened.
Yeah, we're okay.
So yeah, we've gone down in the mud. I've got a face full of dirt. My goggles are all muddy. So I picked the bike up. The bars looked a little bit bent, and so did the triple clamps. So I managed to straighten the triple clamps up, and I thought, you know what, let's just keep going, get another 2 or 3 laps in, and then we'll come in for a refuel, and then we'll evaluate any damage to the bike. So I got going again, went through lap scoring, and then realised, oh no, my GoPro's missing. At that point, I'm riding without goggles as well. So it's like, let's go around on the next lap round, try and find the GoPro. So at the end of the 3rd lap, come back to the area where I crashed, found the GoPro luckily.
Yeah.
So we recovered the GoPro. Because I was in the confines of the track and I'd missed the point where I could turn off to the pits, I thought, you know what, let's just get 1 more lap in and then we'll come in for refuel. And at that point it was getting dark, so I headed back out, through lap scoring, started using the lights on the bike, the floodlight that I had on. And as I was about 1 or 2 miles into the lap, I noticed that there was something not quite right. The light was like flickering. Initially I thought, is it flickering because of the vibrations of the riding? And then I had an occasional cut of power on the bike. But we just you know what it's like, you just try and keep on going, don't you? So I kept on going, and then we're about 3 miles into the 4th lap this will have been now. The bike just cut out.
Alright guys, bit of an update what's going on. A lap and a half ago I had a big crash. I lost the GoPro. In fact, it was probably the same spot where David Knight crashed at the Valleys Extreme back in January. A bit of a big off. GoPro went missing. I didn't realise it was missing until I set off again. So I had to do another lap with the GoPro missing. And then got back to the point where I'd crashed. I luckily found it, because I've got it now when you're watching this. Got going again, started with the headlights. As soon as I started using the lights, I had a bit of a problem, an intermittent problem. I didn't know if it was me touching my back brake or what, but the bike seemed to be cutting out every so and just for a split second every now and again. So I'm halfway through what typically I think is lap 5 or 6, and I've come around this corner, the bike's cut out, so I bent the bars for one, and what I've discovered is that when the bike handlebars are in a certain position, the bike would start, so there's a damaged wire in the headstock somewhere, so we need to look at getting recovery now. That's what I'm going to do. I've told my mate Danny to let somebody know where I am, and we'll get recovered to the pits, get the electrical issue sorted and get back out again. So it's a bit of a nightmare, but it is what it is. These are things what we have to deal with. These are the challenges we face when we're racing. So see what happens.
So we're an hour and 25 minutes in the event, and it's like my world's falling apart here at the moment. Something wrong with the bike, we're losing time. and next thing, a couple of marshals turn up, and before you know it, there's two guys on a quad bike and a trailer turn up and get me back to the paddock so we can start looking at the bike to see what's wrong with it. I've got to say that the marshals were absolutely brilliant. They were quick, no messing about. They couldn't do enough for you really. You know, and thanks to them, we got back to the paddock fairly quickly. I think it was about 9:30, 10:15 by the time we got back to the paddock. It was dark, but we could then start looking at what was wrong with the bike. Obviously, the bike's stripped down now, and I'll give you a bit of a clear picture of what happened. I knew that it was something to do with the wire, and if you look, is it on this one? Yeah. The main loom, what comes up, what feeds the display, and also sends the power back down to the power valve servo, the black one, the broken. There's a soldered joint here where there's like four wires are joined together with a solder, and then that single wire is attached to it, and that had just broken off basically. So I just scotch blocked it. I then just tidied it up as best I could, and hopefully it hold out for the rest of the event. So a simple repair. We've now got time to do a proper permanent repair on this, and I'll be doing that in the next sort of week or so. There's no rush to sort of work on this bike at the moment. So that's a straightforward fix.
Alright guys, bit of an update on what's going on. Found the problem when we've crashed, we've fractured a wire. And on the KTM, you know it's like when you get a broken wire in a headstock, and that's pretty much what's happened here tonight. So I've got it fixed, tidied it up as best I can. It's a bit Iggy Robinson, pardon the pun, but we're looking pretty good to go. So I'm just putting it back together now, tidying it up.
So that was the report I did on the night, and we got going at around 10:15, back on track, and all were going good till around sort of 2 o'clock in the morning when we had another little spill, and the bars were bent, man. They properly bent, those bars. Check it out.
Right guys, we are, I think it's about, well, let's check. Let's see what the old tracker says. 2:25 in the morning. Getting back to where it's a bit quieter. Man, it's just so slick out there at the moment. It's just a couple of little mistakes, just like in some of the areas are really greasy and horrible. It's like the water's coming out of the ground as they're going round in some of those damp wooded areas. Anyhow, bit of a low speed spill, no serious, but my bent bars are a bit more bent now, so I'm just going to do a bar change. So yeah, we've now got the well, we know about the lander bend, but this is the banana bend. I think this one absolutely. Scaffolding pole's not going to work on this one, if you remember that back to 2019 at 6 Days Crazy Job.
Don't snap it now. Okay. That's knocked it up.
Nah. So GPX Moto UK come to rescue with a set of bars, so we're going to get those transferred now.
Luckily James from GPX Moto UK was close by. He had a spare set of handlebars in his parts department in the back of his van, and I set to putting a new set of bars on the bike. And Dom, who you saw from earlier in the report, was doing a little bit of an update, and this is some footage from his update during the night.
Robbo has not had the best of times at the event. He had a really big crash on his third lap, ended up getting towed back with a quad bike, and he nicked a wire which basically cut the bike off, and now his handlebars are all bent on his last crash. Well, let's go and have a little look at Robbo's bike. How's the bike coming along, Robbo?
Yeah,
New handlebars.
Yeah, trials and tribulation of an enduro rider.
Sweet. But you're alright, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
GPX is holding up well. It's just treacherous out there, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty bad. Just making use of the time. The sooner we get daylight, the better, because we can then see more of the track. And it's those little bits of areas where you can shadows.
Yeah.
Or can just catch you out.
Yeah. Really big ruts and really slippery.
Yeah, slippery. I mean, I had an off where you came off.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Right, well, onwards and upwards, eh?
Adventurous time, mate. So we got going again. I think it was about 3:25. Now, everything went well then, pretty much. What I will say is there was no night footage on GoPro because when I damaged the camera mount in the early stage of the race, that was the only mount I had really. Well, I did have another mount, but that was keeping the helmet light on, so I couldn't really use that GoPro mount until the daylight hours. So that's when we got the GoPro lap. But yeah, so after fixing the bars, I stayed out on course. Things are going good. We came back in just before 6 o'clock, just for a bit of a refuel, a coffee break, short coffee break, and a bit of an update on social media as well. Here's a report from that now.
Morning everybody, it's 6:05, all's good in the hood. Excuse the face, but yeah, bike's going well now. We've obviously had a few issues overnight with a broken wire and having to change the handlebars as well from a couple of sort of minor spills we had in some of the wet areas. But I've just come in now for a cup of coffee, and the big course will be opening very, very shortly, so I'm going to try and keep going. I'm not going to bother trying to get a rest. I think if I do that, I'll sort of lose the momentum. I'm just going to keep coming in every sort of hour and a half, just freshening up, getting a drink. I've got, like I say, I've got the coffee on now, and just getting a bit of a nibble every sort of 90 minutes. I'm just taking my time, just trying to keep things smooth. I have found some better lines on the last sort of few laps now. You know, things are changing all the time out there, and there's less people out there. I mean, the bloody lightweights who are with me at the moment next door, you've got Dom and Kurt. I think they're both in bed. It's supposed to be a two-man team. What's going on? And I'm solo doing all graft. So we'll be having words. Anyhow, that's it for the moment. Back in about a couple of hours or so. See you soon.
So after that, we stayed out, we got a GoPro lap in.
I know we're rutty on video, but trust me, rutty. You can quite easily get cross-rutted and that's it, you're off. Slick. A few of these sections coming up. Gear. Nice little technical climb. Fucking hell. Fuck me.
Came back in around midday for a bit of a social media update and a quick coffee break, and then again in the afternoon doing what I've done in the morning, 2 or 3 laps, coming in for refuel and something to eat, a bit of a drink, etc. Hi guys, welcome back. It's 12 o'clock and we've just done a 3-lap stint. I think we've got 21 or 22 laps in now, and I think I'm 10th place at the moment in the vets. Bit of a shame really, because if I've not crashed early on in the night, I'd have probably been top 3. So
Hi, Mum.
it is what it is. Hey, Eske.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. But again, a little spill on that last lap. Just had to straighten the triple clamps up, sort it out. That's no problem now. Yeah, but you know, after the issues we had early in the night, the bike's running great. So we're just sticking on it, and we've got a GoPro lap as well done, which you might find interesting, and I'll be putting that out later on. Just with Eske.
Hello.
How's your event going, mate? 3-man team?
Yeah, it's going well, man. It's the fastest I've ever ridden around here, and lap times were good last night, doing 18 minutes. Today, I haven't double checked, but I think 14 odd minutes I think we're doing them in, but I think we're 5th in class. We've dropped down one. We were in 4th position all fucking night. Sorry. Yeah, something's happened. We've dropped down one. Yeah. So I'm a bit gutted because I thought we were going to get a 3rd. I really did. I thought we were going to push hard, but yeah, the lap's interesting. A lot of the extremes have been cut off now.
Yeah, it's getting quite bad, isn't it?
Yeah,
Places, it's really difficult.
It's fucking fast.
I got sucked into some extreme stuff this morning. It were a world of pain at times.
Yeah.
It were a world of pain.
I know, man.
But
yeah.
Good luck with the rest of today, mate.
Yeah,
okay.
Cheers.
So that's where we are at the moment. Just keep pushing. We've got 7 hours left. I'm going out in 5 minutes, and just going to keep pushing. Dropping back to 2 laps, coming back in. 2 laps, coming back in. That's how it's going to play for the rest of the day. So, wish me luck. See you later. So that's what I did for the rest of the day. Kept coming in around 5:15, 5:30 or something like that. I decided that I was going to come in and have a quick break, so I was feeling a little bit jaded. And whilst I was in having that quick break, I was chatting with Dom. Now Kurt, his teammate, had finished for the day. He got to the beer tent as predicted, and Dom was looking at doing one more lap before the end of the event at 7 o'clock. So we both decided at around 6 o'clock we were going to both go back out and do one more lap and finish. So 6 o'clock came, I went out feeling really good, and I thought, this is it. Sod 1 lap, we're going to get 2 laps and it might make all the difference. And it actually did. It pushed me up 1 more place. So I've got some GoPro footage now of me coming into the finish, seeing Nicky Plum at the checkered flag, and also speaking with James Brown from GPX Motor UK at the finish there. It was very ecstatic, so ecstatic about me and Danny Coburn finishing the event on the GPXs. Just check this out.
Cheers, Nick. Well done, mate. Well done. All right. Well done, boys. Cheers. Yeah.
I know you did. That's why you're behind everyone else. Well done, mate. Brilliant.
Yeah, I just thought, you know what, we went back out.
You were enjoying it.
I felt really good. That's the best 2 laps I've done.
Really?
Oh, mega.
You were just in the groove, weren't you?
Yeah.
Just like
I had a can of Zero, Coke.
Yeah?
And it just did me.
Did it?
Yeah.
Picked for the crash shortly then.
Well,
but Danny finished as well. So he's just come through, so it's brilliant. Like, well done, mate. You were a Trooper, excuse the language.
Yeah.
You were an absolute trooper, mate.
Yeah, that were
You were so chuffed, mate.
that were a mega.
The amount of effort you have to put in to do that 24 hours is something else, isn't it? You're going to do it next year, aren't you?
No, I'll do the 6.
Okay. We were waiting for you for ages. We were
I know.
Thinking, where were you? The lads have been back to the van looking for you.
I did wonder if you people were waiting here.
Yeah, we were. We were waiting for you.
Yeah.
We were waiting for you.
Yeah, that was mega that. Right, I'm going to get me my medal.
Go for it. Absolutely.
Thank you. No, it's alright, I'll hold it on there. Thanks very much.
Can't believe he did another lap.
Get both! Mega.
Awesome, dude. Well done. That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought I did another lap. I went out, I thought
Somebody said you go through again. I thought, bloody hell.
Thought we'll do just do one more lap. And I was feeling good. I thought, there's 2 on here.
Great. Bike's alright, isn't it?
Not radiator, they're clogged up with fucking mud and all sorts, but it's running still.
Right, happy days. Bear o'clock.
Yeah.
Good man.
What can I say? An incredible 24 hours. 9th overall in the vets class. We worked out I've missed possibly 6 to 7 laps in the night, which would have put me up to top 5. But it is what it is. With everything that happened, it was all one big adventure, and that's what I liked about that event, Dawn to Dusk. I'm really liking these long marathon events at the moment. Red Bull Romaniacs was fantastic because long days in the saddle over several days riding. And Dawn to Dusk, very similar in the fact that you're getting a lot of saddle time. It's up to you what you want to do. You can do 6 hour, 12 hour or the 24 hour. And personally, I want as much bike time as I can get. And if I can get 24 hour bike time, even if I get asleep, it doesn't really matter. It's all about, I think it's value for money for me. And I'm swaying more towards longer ride times on the bike now. I do like the marathon type events. So I think next year I'm going to be doing, well, now we've got the 450, the rally bike, adventure bike. We're going to be doing some night rides. I'm going to be doing some trail riding over several days. That's the sort of plan for next year. I like the long days in the saddle, and I think I will go back to Dawn to Dusk next year. I know it's early days yet. I'm not fully committed at the moment, but I think I will go back and I'll do it on the GPX again. Like I said, with all the trials and tribulations we had at the early stages of the event, everything what happened, it made the event what it was. It's all an adventure. It's all about learning, using the skills that you've got, fixing the bike, fault finding, problem solving, and yeah, everything. It all sort of went well at the end of the day with the bike. The bike brought me home, and as did Danny Coburn's GPX as well, which he borrowed off James. So you're probably all wondering what's happening next. Well, I'm just having a bit of time out at the moment. We've got Sea to Sky in October. I think that's around the 19th to 26th of October, something like that. But like I said, I'm having a bit of time out. I've got an 86-mile walk week after next with the missus, doing the Dales Way. That's from Ilkley to Windermere. And then I'm back for a week, and then we're doing 2 weeks in Scotland in the camper van. So it's great. And then after that, we're going to Turkey for Sea to Sky, and I'm going to be trail riding at Sea to Sky this year. I won't be taking the GPX now because I just will not have time to get it ready. So I'm taking the KTM, but there'll be a lot of social media in Turkey this year because I won't have the pressures of racing, and I want to bring it across to you guys, the trail riding aspect of it. If you want to take your bike out there with Eurotech or somebody else and do some trail riding and follow the race and show you what it's like out there. So I look forward to doing that. So yeah, that's it for the moment. Thanks to everybody who's been chipping in recently on the YouTube videos, comments, etc. It's really appreciated. Thank you for your support, and we're back soon, so stay tuned. Hard Enduro Adventure Media at Eurotech and on Robbo's GPX dirt bike page. Thanks a lot, guys. See you soon.